Welcome again to our session of today. We want to now move on to do comparing fractions. Comparing fractions, it will involve the concept of arranging of fractions. And when we talk of arranging fractions, we will meet these two terms. Number one is ascending order, and number two is descending order. Ascending order is an arrangement that is taking place from the smallest value to the largest value. Now when we talk of descending is now the opposite of ascending. In descending, we will arrange from the largest value to the smallest value. The two things, you must be able to understand them well. Ascending is from the smallest to the largest, we are going up, while descending is now from the largest to the smallest, we are going down. Now when you check this one, you must be able to arrange your fractions as required by the examiner. Now, how do we compare fractions? We can use the concept, or comparing is done using the concept of equivalent fraction. Equivalent fractions, which we had done before. And in equivalent, when we use the concept of equivalent fractions, we may find that some denominators, I'm specific to denominators, may not be the same, so that we must do something to them so that we are having a way to compare them. When we meet different denominators, we will be required to do what is called renaming. Renaming is only done when the denominators that we are having in these fractions are different. But when you have equal denominators, then there is no need to rename. In renaming, our basic thing is to end up with similar denominator. We rename so that we have a similar or a common denominator for all the fractions. And in this, we are going to use LCM. If you have done LCM, then you are good to go. So when we use LCM, we are going to find a number that is going to be the common denominator for the fractions that we have, so that we can compare them in either ascending order or descending order. I'll move to do an example. Arrange in ascending order. And the fractions we are given are 5 over 6, then we have 3 over 4, and 7 over 8. I've talked of equivalent fractions, but then we can also use LCM to rename so that we can arrange them. So I'll make the denominator, since they are different, to have a common value. I do this through LCM. You know LCM is the least common multiple. We have 6, 4, then 8. If I divide by 2, that will be 3, 2, 4. 2 again, I'll have 3, still 1, then 2. 2, I'll have 3, 1, 1, then 3 lastly, I'll have 1, 1, 1. So up to that point, we are through with our LCM process. We know that the multiple here will be 2 times 2 times 2 times 3. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24. So I've renamed so that I have 24 as the common denominator for all of this, because all of them can go into 24. So I will have 5 over 6. Then I will have 3 over 4 and 7 over 8. Remember, we are not adding or subtracting. We just want to arrange in order from the smallest to the largest. That's why I'm using comma to separate them. I know that my common denominator is 24. 6 into 24 4 times. Then that 4 times the numerator, that is 5. So 4 times 5, I will have 20. Then 4 into 24 6 times. 6 times 3 is 18. Then I have 8 into 24 3. 3 times 7 is 21. My order is from the smallest value to the largest value. Our smallest value here is 18, followed by 20, and lastly 21. But I'm not going to write 20, 18, 21. I'm going to use the fractions. So this one just determines which one is bigger, which one is greater, or which one is smaller. These values here. But the fraction we are arranging are this. So the smallest one is 18. 18 is 3 over 4. That is what I start with, because it is from the smallest to the largest. So my smallest fraction is 3 over 4. Then I'll move to 20 is represented by 5 over 6. And lastly, 21 is for 7 over 8. So the order in which they are supposed to be arranged, ascending order, is from 3 over 4 to 5 over 6 to 7 over 8. It means this one is the largest, while this one is the smallest. If I may do another example, let me have 2 over 5, 3 over 10, and 2 over 3. 2 over 5, 3 over 10, and 2 over 3. Arrange in descending order. The denominators are different, so we go for renaming using LCM. We have 5, 10, 3. 5, 5, 3. 3 will be 5, 5, 1. Then 5, 1, 1, 1. So we have 2 times 3 times 5. This one is giving us 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 5, 30. So our common denominator is 30. When I have 2 over 5, 3 over 10, then 2 over 3 with a common denominator of 30, I'll check 5 into 36, 6 by 2, 12. 10 into 33, 3 by 3 is 9. Then 3 into 30, 10 times, then 10 times 2 is 20. So I have the values 12, 9, and 20. We are using descending order, and descending order is from the largest to the smallest. So the largest one is 20, followed by 12, and lastly 9. So the fraction representing 20 is 2 over 3, then 12 is 2 over 5, and then 9 is 3 over 10. Now this is my order: 2 over 3, 2 over 5, and 3 over over 10. I've compared the fractions and arranged them in the descending order. I'll move to do the next thing. Just before I go there, you may try this at home. After you've listened to the lesson, you may test yourself. So I'll say exercise. The first one will be ascending order. You arrange in the ascending order. You will have 2 over 3, 5 over 7, and 7 over 11. Then next you will have 6 over 13. You have 3 over 4, 4 over 9, and 5 over 8. Then descending order now. Descending order. You will have 7 over 12, then 9 over 10, and 5 over 18, and 5 over 9, then 3 over 7, we have a third, and lastly 5 over 6. You can try those at home. When you encounter a problem, you can contact us through the comment section and we will do a follow-up to help you. The next thing we are doing is now addition and subtraction of fractions. We have done addition and subtraction in all numbers, but now we are dealing with fractions. We must know how to add and how to subtract. We have addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction of fractions. Here, you will meet two cases. Now, the first case is when we have common denominators. And the second case is when we have different denominators. So to add or subtract fractions with common denominators, just add or subtract the numerator. Here we deal with the numerator since the denominator is common. We add or subtract the numerator. But when the denominators are different, we will now go to LCM. After finding the common denominator, we check for the values as we had done in comparing fractions. So from there is where we are going to subtract. And remember, all the types, the first three types of fractions may appear in this operation. When we have a common denominator, just add or subtract the numerator. But when the denominators are different, we have first to find the LCM, is when we can move on with the operation. Now, let me do the first example. And I've said all the first three types of fractions can be brought. The first one is solve. We have 2.5 plus 3.25. No, 3/4. Always, some people may decide to add the whole numbers first, then they add the fraction part separately, then bring them together. But you'll find a case that it may be tricky for you to do that. So I always prefer for us to convert them first to improper fraction, is when we can Now go on to add. When we convert to improper fractions, we will have 2 times 2 plus 1, that is 5 over 2, plus 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15 over 4. We are meeting a case where we have different denominators, and I said when the denominators are different, we go for LCM. We have 2 and 4. We can't guess, it is something we can work. So we can see that the multiple is 2 times 2, that is 4. So our LCM here is 4. We have 2 into 4 2 times. 2 times 5 will be 10. Then that one we add. 4 into 4 ones, then 4 into 4 ones, 1 times 5, 15, that is 15. So we'll have 10 plus 15 over 4. 10 plus 15 will be 25 over 4. 25 over 4, this one is improper fraction, and it is always recommended that when you have improper fraction, your answer must be a mixed fraction. So 25 divided by 4 will be 6, remaining 1, so we will have 1 over 4. This one is 24 plus 1, 25. Okay, so our answer there is 6 plus 4. Another one, we may do 3 and 3 over 4 plus 4 and a half. We convert this to improper fractions. That one is 15 over 4 plus this one is 9. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 over 2. Then our LCM, we have 4 and 2, as was in this case, so we can decide to go for 4 there. 4 into 4 ones times 15, we have 15, plus 2 into 4, 2 times 9, that is 18. So we have 15 plus 18 over 4. 15 plus 18 is going to give us 33 over 4. This one is in proper fraction. So for our answer, we will convert this to mixed fraction. We will have 2 into 33, that is 8 times, which is 32. 8 times 4 is 32. So 32 from 33, when we subtract, we are going to find 1. So it is 8 times remaining 1. That one we write as a fraction, 8 and a quarter. When we convert this, you'll find this answer. So I'll do another one for subtraction. And mostly whatever you're going to find in exams is that case where the denominators are different, because that is where you're going to earn more marks. We will have 4 and a fifth minus 2 and a quarter. This is a quarter. The first step we are going to do is to convert them to improper fraction, then look for LCM. To improper fraction, we have 21 over 5. 5 times 4, 20 plus 1, 21 over 5, minus 8 plus 1, 9 over 4. Now, what is our LCM? We have 4 and 5. 2, 2, 5, 2, 1, 5, 5, 1, 1. So we have 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 5, 20. Our LCM here is 20. 5 into 24 times. 4 times 21 is going to give us 84. Minus 4 into 25 times. 5 times 9 is 45. So we have 84 minus 45. 84 minus 45. That one is 9. 39. We will have 39 over 20. 39 over 20 is an improper fraction. Whatever we are going to do is to convert it to mixed fraction. So we will divide 39 by 20 and the remainder over 20. So there we will have 1 whole number and the 19 over 20. That is our answer. We will try this again. This one is the fourth example. We have 3 1/4 minus 2 1/2. Up to now, you've known what we are supposed to do. We will have 13 over 4 minus 5 over 2. The LCM you now know, you had met 4 and 2 before, so our LCM will be 4. That is 13 minus 10. We will have 3 over 4. 13 minus 10 is 3. 3 over 4. That is what we have as our answer. We will move forward to do multiplication and division, and that is in the next session. Thank you very much for now.